Allison here. I'm recording another video, and today I am going to be talking about some layered fragrances that I received recently. It's from the brand Layered or Be Layered. So if you're interested in which fragrances I got and what I think of them, then stay tuned. So I'm just blindly picking this out of the bag. I got two full bottles, and my full bottles came in this little pouch that kind of reminds me of Crown Royal, the alcohol drink. I think it usually comes in a bag like that. But this first one is Love Potion. So all of their bottles come in the same packaging, which is part of probably why these perfumes are such a good deal. They're not spending a lot of extra money on superfluous, unnecessary packaging. The packaging itself is nice, minimalistic. If you're into minimalistic, you'll love this. But every single bottle has the same style or whatever. So Love Potion is supposed to be inspired by Carolina Herrera's Good Girl. And it is a very good dupe. My work study student, I work on campus. My work study student wears that perfume faithfully. She wears it every day. From what I understand, she only has this much left. And she is stressing out because, she's a work study student. She's in college. She doesn't know if she'll be able to purchase another bottle. And she's just kind of like, what do I do? Because that's like my favorite signature scent. I took this to work and I let her smell it. And she was really pleased to find that it smells quite close to it. So I think she's thinking of purchasing this instead because it is $50. I'll put the price up here. It's for a really good price when you compare it to the cost of Carolina Herrera's Good Girl. The thing that I loved about it is that it actually smells good on me. I have tested Carolina Herrera's Good Girl, and it smells really good from the bottle. It smells good when you spray it on paper, when you spray it in the air. Whenever I've sprayed it on my skin, it just went bad. It went really bad. And I suspect pretty strongly that it's because of the tonka bean. The tonka bean and I kind of struggle. Like, we just go back and forth. Most of the time, tonka bean does not work for me. The only tonka bean perfume that I wear, or perfume that features tonka bean, is Coco Mademoiselle Intense by Chanel. And even that, I kind of have to just be light-handed. Tonka bean usually goes pretty sour on me. But this one smells really good on me. And again, it's called Love Potion. Next up, we have a layering perfume. Surprise. It's called Layer, so that's kind of their thing. They do make individual perfumes that you can wear by themselves if you want, as in these are complex multi-note perfumes, but they also have perfumes that are pretty simple or simplistic, as in they are just solely notes or single notes. I have here Vanilla Dreams, and this one basically smells like vanilla. I have tested it by itself, and I have to say, I don't think I would wear this by itself very frequently, but I feel like it's perfect for those who like a really simplistic smell, but like they're not trying to do the most. I know people who, instead of wearing perfume, they wear vanilla extract, like they dab vanilla extract behind their ears. If that gets old and they want to upgrade to perfume so they can feel more legit, but they still just want to smell like vanilla extract, then go ahead and get Vanilla Dreams. What I like this for is layering, because vanilla is often used as a base note in a lot of fragrances. And base notes, the purpose of them is to really give perfume some depth and to extend the lasting power. If you have a perfume that only has your top notes, or notes that are typically made for the top, as in citruses, those type of notes fade really quickly. So when perfumers are concocting their fragrances, they have to have a top, a middle, and a base just to make it complex and to make it last a long time. So I love this for trying to kind of extending the life of a perfume that doesn't really last that long. Usually my perfumes that are eau de toilette are my perfumes that have very light, fresh, fruity notes. And I have layered this with some other perfumes just to test it out, and it works well to kind of give a perfume some depth. It adds a little bit more sweetness, or intensifies the sweetness that's already there, and it helps it to last longer. So that's amazing. That's lovely. I am so glad I have this in my collection. And again, this is Vanilla Dreams. Next up, we have some travel sprays that they sent me. And here they are. So these travel sprays are made similarly to your Scentbird travel sprays, in that to see the name of the perfume, you have to kind of roll it up and then pull it out and then read the name on the bottle. And this one is Chocolate Geneva. For me, I don't want to have to always do that, so I went ahead and got some tape and labeled the bottom of the travel spray so I can just look at it and be like, oh, okay, this is Chocolate Geneva. So since that's the one I picked up first, let me share my thoughts on this one. This one is another single note perfume, or another layering perfume that's pretty much simplistic. It's called Chocolate Geneva. It smells like chocolate. Specifically, to me, it smells like cocoa, a hot cocoa drink. Have you ever made hot cocoa from the packets by, I think it's Swiss Miss or whatever? The way that that powder smells, like the cocoa powder mix, that's what this smells like. And even though this is a layering perfume, I cannot think of anything I want to layer this with yet, just because I've never really thought I want to add chocolate to any perfume I've ever worn or any perfume I own. So I'm going to have to play with this some more to really figure out what to layer it with. But for wearing it by itself, it's another one that's kind of simple, straightforward, to the point. It smells like chocolate. Next up, ooh, these two. These two kind of blew my mind, in that when I first sprayed them and tested them, I was just kind of like, I don't know what to think. I don't know if I like it. And so at first I was just kind of like, I think I'll end up reviewing these from kind of like an artistic level, from basically the point of, you know, it's not for me, but like if you're into that, it might be for you. Those were my initial thoughts when I was thinking, how can I talk about this in a video? But I wore these more and more over the Thanksgiving break, you know, testing them out on my hand at night, going to sleep, testing it out another time in the middle of the day just to see what it smelled like. These really grew on me. These are so perfect for winter, both of these. I should tell you what they are. Let's start with Dark Temptation. Dark Temptation is inspired by Lancome, so it has oud in it. And I think that's what made this one a bit of a challenge for me, because I've only smelled Royal Oud by Creed from a sample that was sent to me by Mr. Cologne 76 on Instagram. If you follow his page, then you already know that he does a lot of contests and he does a lot of giveaways. So you can end up getting hold of some really nice samples if you're just one of his followers and you know, comment on videos and things like that. But let's spray this right quick so I can remember. Oh my goodness, this one is so dark and spicy with a hint of sweetness. This isn't a blatantly sweet perfume. Like, this isn't, oh, that's a gourmand, or oh, you smell like cake, oh, I want to bite you. This is more like, oh, that kind of smells heavy and a little warm and a little sweet, but not too sweet. That's the vibe I get from this. This is very much a grown woman scent. I feel like this is something that Angel Lately would wear, because it reminds me of how I felt when I sprayed Acqua di Parma's, Acqua di Parma Colonia Corchia. So she did a video where she was talking about Acqua di Parma and she was raving about it, and even on Instagram she was raving about it. And so to the point where she was just like, it's amazing, get it. But the way she described it, I was kind of like, I need to test this out, because that works for her. I don't know if it will work for me, because there are plenty of perfumes that smell really good, and when you smell them on other people, you're like, oh my goodness, that's amazing. And you go out and you buy it just because it smelled good on that person, and then you smell it on yourself and you were like, that wasn't a good decision. I was scared of that being the case with Acqua di Parma's Colonia Corchia. And when I got a sample amount of it from my scent box subscription, I was kind of like, wow, glad I didn't spend like $400, $500, because Acqua di Parma is pretty expensive. I think it might be like $300 or something. But I was just kind of like, wow, glad I didn't blind buy that for that amount of money. But it has grown on me, and Dark Temptation has grown on me more. Dark Temptation is the easier one to wear. I don't think I could ever wear Aqua de Parma's Colonia Corchia. I did actually wear it out one day, and I felt so uncomfortable the whole day. It just wasn't my vibe. It didn't work for me. But this one, Dark Temptation, I feel like I can wear this to an evening event, especially if I'm wearing all black. You know, a lot of people will say that Black Opium is the perfume you wear when you're wearing all black. Not really. If you want to wear all black and just kind of have that dark, sexy vibe, then go ahead and get Dark Temptation by Be Layered. Especially since it's such a good price. And then last but not least, oh my goodness, Mia's Blend. That's what this one is called, Mia's Blend. I adore this one because I have to give you the backstory on why I adore it. So I grew up in a Christian home. My mom's a preacher, my dad's a deacon. And we went to Sunday school all the time. Youth night was every Friday. So we went to Bible study for the youth every Friday until I joined the band in high school. And then I was at the games every Friday. But anyway, I got a big dose of Bible stories. And there's certain characters in the Bible that are just my favorite to read about. Two of them, Bathsheba, which means daughter of Sheba, and then Queen Sheba, who is the Queen of Sheba. But whenever I have pictured them since falling in love with perfume, I've just always been like, what would Queen Sheba smell like? What would Bathsheba smell like? And I honestly feel like Mia's Blend gives me a good idea of what Queen Sheba would smell like. And it's probably because of the myrrh. This has myrrh in it. I don't know if it's historically accurate to say that Queen Sheba would wear myrrh oil, because I don't know how far back myrrh oil goes. But this just smells like the Queen of Sheba. That's what it smells like to me. And I don't always feel like I'm the Queen of Sheba. Most time I don't feel like I'm the Queen of Sheba. But I feel like the day when I wake up and I'm like, I am the freaking Queen of Sheba, I'm gonna wear Mia's Blend. Cannot wait till I have that day and I feel like the Queen of Sheba, because I'm gonna wear Mia's Blend. So that concludes my collection, or my recent, I guess, haul you could say, from Be Layered, except that they sent these to me. They sent these to me for free. So I'm so grateful to have received these, because one, I received one that I have worn quite a bit and will wear quite a bit more, which is the Love Potion by Be Layered, but it is inspired by Good Girl from Carolina Herrera. I know that at some point I'm going to layer Vanilla Dreams with other perfumes in my collection. And then I also know that eventually I will have the courage to wear Dark Temptation and Mia's Blend. Those are going to take some courage from me. And then Geneva Chocolate, I don't know what I will layer that with. I really don't, because it just smells like chocolate. And I just, for some reason, have never been like a, ooh, I want to smell like chocolate. But Cocoa is in Good Girl by Carolina Herrera. So one of the things I do when I'm trying to figure out layering combinations, I sometimes just look at fragrances that I love, and I just look at the notes, and I think, okay, patchouli is often paired with vanilla, so patchouli probably works with vanilla. So I'll see what perfumes have a chocolate note in them and see what type of other perfumes I can layer them with. Alrighty, thanks for watching.